Alright guys, so the dips continued. It looks like the wick's filling, and in today's video I wanted to take you through some key points that I'm personally looking at in the market to make my investment decisions going forward. Because when I come onto crypto YouTube, it's a bit of a mix, right? There's some people saying it's all over, bear markets here with conviction, and then you've got the other side of the coin saying no, bullish, don't worry about it, we're still bullish, you know, you're silly for being bearish or having any worries. So I'm going to take you through exactly what I'm looking at right now, guys, because we need to know exactly why something could be bullish or bearish, right? So we're going to look into that today. There's about 6 or 7 things that I'm looking at right now that helps me decide whether or not I'm going to stay in or get out of the market, right? The first one's going to be Bitcoin versus gold. Now, if you haven't seen, gold's been going absolutely vertical over, well, the past few years, right? Especially this year. It's gone insanely vertical. And for the past year, I'm sure many of you guys would remember me saying that we've been tracking gold. People are now picking back up on this, right? Some people say it's like a 60-day correlation. Some people are saying it's a 90-day correlation. And what we'd expect is somewhere around the end of this month, Bitcoin to start to track back against gold, right? Bitcoin to start to have the same push that gold has had, and you'd expect gold to top. I know a lot of you guys would know that. I know a lot of you guys are in gold. I'm personally in gold. I'm not going to be rotating any of my physical gold. It's a long-term hold. Another thing that I should have thought about a bit better was the government shutdown, because I was saying to you guys, right, we had the crypto ETFs waiting a green light, and in the government shutdown, it actually, they're saying, paralyzed the ETF decisions, right? And 16 ETFs are awaiting approval. Currently, the shutdown is in effect until further notice. So, you know, if the shutdown ends sometime in November, that could pair up with the correlation between gold and Bitcoin, and could also be something that is a catalyst for some altcoins, maybe not all altcoins, but some altcoins. And again, that's why we're positioned in some of the bigger altcoins, right? You couple that with the next FOMC meeting. It looks like the market's already pricing in pretty much 100% chance that we're going to be getting a rate cut. Remember, these things can change all the time. They can change. We saw this at 98% before a couple months ago, and then it went back down, right? But 25 basis point rate cut coming in the next 2 weeks. Again, end of October, leading into November. So we're pairing up now gold's correlation with Bitcoin, a potential government shutdown ending, and then the ETF decisions going live. Rate cuts on top of that as well. You can look at things like the historical returns, but, you know, I'm not going to put too much weight onto historical returns. But you guys know that more times than not, in the post-halving year, Bitcoin's quarterly returns are green in Q4. Same goes for Ethereum. And right now we're in extreme fear, 22. We haven't been this low in a long time. This is extreme fear. Every single time we've been at these levels, okay? Every time we've been here, it's been extreme fear, guys. And you would have seen me, you know, these are all the narratives. Doesn't really matter about narrative right now. It just matters that we are in extreme fear. And we haven't broken down from this level of support yet, okay? So I'm going to couple the extreme fear, or the fear and greed sentiment, with where we are on the chart. If we do start to lose key levels, and one of them would be this level here at around 98 to 100k, then I most likely would have to switch my stance and probably go a bit more defensive than what I have. And then we lose these previous range lows, okay, we're going to be going a lot lower than that, and then most likely targeting around 80k, which people are saying. But until we do start to lose these lows at like 99, 100k, I'm just going to deal with what the chart's giving me right now. And you couple that with the fact that we did say in a previous live stream, Bitcoin dominance would do something like this, continue the coil up, right? We're going to find out if we break to the upside, break to the downside. We had a premature break to the upside, so there is always the possibility that if Bitcoin goes on one last pump, that Bitcoin dominance is probably going to go back to try and fill this wick, or at least to try and go and retest this previous level of support, which should now be a good level of resistance. And remember, what has the end of every bull run finished with? A massive drop in Bitcoin dominance, rotation into altcoins. Okay, I know a lot of people are now saying that that's not going to happen, but I still would expect it to happen. Maybe not as dramatic as the last two. Maybe we only go to that 53%, right? Maybe 44% might be a bit of hopium. But again, if we do start to have that rollover, then this would be a big take profit area for myself. But right now, I mean, it is time where we all need to be super cautious, okay? Don't get caught up in one direction. Again, I'm letting the chart tell me what to do right now. Right now, I just need to see what direction it's going to play out with, right? A lot of you guys are going to, want the exact answer. Are we going up? Are we going down? Nobody knows which direction we're going to be going in the short term, but we've only got 2 weeks to let the month close out, guys. So I'm going to let this month close out. We're going to see how we do go into November. If we do need to be a bit more defensive going into November, then we all have to be okay with changing our stance. But until then, I'm not panic selling, guys, okay? And I know it's going to be hard for a lot of you guys to, when it gets to that point, maybe sell, even if we do get a parabolic pump and we go again to like 130, 135k to then sell at those prices. You're not going to want to, but this is the most difficult part of the cycle, guys, okay? Nobody said crypto was going to be easy. And then also, we just got to remember, when it comes to a cycle perspective, I mean, around now is around the time where we should be expecting some major tops form, guys. So it's nothing to take lightly. We all need to be as on it as possible, and we all need to be a bit fluid with our thinking as well, guys, okay? So we'll see how it does go for altcoins. We'll see how it goes for Bitcoin over the coming days. 104k. Remember, we still are in a technical higher low support zone right now, so we'll keep an eye on this. I'll probably go live again at some point over the weekend. We'll keep an eye on this, for the next 2 weeks, figure out what we want to do. But one thing I'm not doing is acting prematurely and acting in a sentiment extreme when it comes to the fear side of it, guys, okay? So you let me know how you're feeling about the market. If you are super bearish and you want to get out of crypto, I'm not here trying to force you to hold on. If you can't take it anymore and your risk tolerance is just not there, then there's no harm in leaving the market if you can't handle it anymore, guys, because it is super volatile and it is hard to see your portfolio go up and down. But right now, what I'm doing is absolutely nothing, okay, until the month ends and until I can get a clearer picture on what direction the market is going to go, guys. So that's it from me to you. We'll have a look at some altcoins. Let me know in the comments what altcoins you want me to look at. If you found anything in this video useful, you know what to do. Like the video and subscribe, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace.